Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm going to create a new playlist for this to keep it orderly on the channel. I've got the weird setup again, but that's okay. It's early. Woke up pretty early this morning. I wanted to give an update on this castor oil thing that I have just recently found. I don't know how I missed it. I have done so much research on things, and I just find it really weird that it just eluded me, especially back... oh gosh, about 10 years ago, I was having some really bad issues. I had edema. I couldn't figure it out. My feet, like I felt it was awful. And I used to have my daughter rub my feet with cayenne pepper and oil to help the circulation and, try to push off the edema. Eventually it went away. But I wish I had known about castor oil then, because I was convinced it was a liver issue. I was just convinced of it. As you well know, first things first, I am not a doctor. I'm not a medical professional. I don't have any paper saying anything about my ability to talk to you about health. Okay. This is just for informational purposes only. I want to make this very clear. This is because there may be information out there you can get your hands on, and I just want to lead you in a direction so you can look for the professionals that do have the authority to say what they say about especially this particular thing. Now, I think it's been about a year since I started, and there's a playlist here called My Journey in the Light. I started using stem cell patches to help rejuvenate my stem cell production, and it's really super cool. I still do it. I love it, and my results were huge. I have read them on YouTube. My immediate results were incredible, so I continue to use them. I love them. I'll probably never ever stop using them, and that's wonderful. However, last week I started getting really seriously bad headaches. Now, I do have high blood pressure, thank you for getting rid of my high blood pressure. And I wasn't sure if it had to do with that or what. And I don't like to take Tylenol or anything like that. I just don't like it. I like to be as natural as possible. So I was finding myself, it could have been stress based on this, because for a while now, I've been waking up 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning every night and unable to go back to bed. Those are really important things, because there's certain periods of the night while you're resting that your body does healing for itself. And I was interrupting those. I was just trying to see what that notification was. I was interrupting those, and it was driving me crazy. But anyway, and considering that I've been having depression for the past year, kind of, exasperates it. So what I was doing was I was taking the time when I would wake up early like that. If I couldn't get back to sleep, I would meditate, pray, and utilize that time to connect with the Creator. Okay, just basically that's what's up. But I knew that I needed to get better sleep. So anyway, last week I developed a headache that I had never had before. And I've had migraines, and so I understand that. And when I was younger, I used to have headaches a lot. But this was like nothing like I had had. And I'm like, what on earth? I'm like, come on, stem cells, work on that. Come on, stem cells, work on that. But when you do stem cell therapy, the stem cells will go work on the most important thing, and you might not know what it is. Okay, so it wasn't going to help my head yet. So it's still working on something. So just by out of nowhere, and I believe it's divine. I really do. I see this podcast on YouTube, and I'm like, and it said something about how to improve your eyesight. So I'm like, okay. So I watch it, and I think it's Dr. Marisol. She is a homeopathic doctor. And the name of her company is the Queen of Thrones. And it was a really good podcast. And I was like, what? I've got to try this. I know we've always had, when I was younger, we always had castor oil in the house, and it would be used occasionally as a laxative. I know my mother warned me if you were pregnant not to use castor oil because I guess it can induce labor. So you want to be careful with that, guys. If you're pregnant, don't use castor oil. Don't do it. There's plenty of documents that I've seen out there. Just don't do it. And you can even look on YouTube. Somebody, I was running late. The baby was late, and I induced my own labor with castor oil. So there's stuff out there that you can find out about. So be careful there. I want to give you that heads up. So I'm watching this, and I'm like, now, one of the patches that I take, not all the time, just sometimes, is called glutathione. And what I didn't realize is that is really important for eyesight. Now I'm thinking my eyes could be what's giving me these crazy headaches. Maybe it's time to re-up my prescription or whatever. And then I'm like, wait a minute, I know that we can rejuvenate ourselves and get better and heal things. Like our own bodies do this. We're miracles. And the woman brought up glutathione and how to get that to be produced more in your body because your eyes need it. I'm like, wow, that's cool. I'm like, good thing I take those patches occasionally. So I don't take them all the time. I stick with the stem cell rejuvenation and the X49, which is the performance one that helps with blood circulation and blood flow. And obviously I need that because I have a little bit, or I have had higher blood pressure than I should be having. So I watched this and I'm like, oh my gosh, can I use olive oil to start? Because I don't have any right now, And I waited for, people in the comments were like, no, that's not castor oil. I'm like, well, it has a lot of the properties that are being described. So, but I guess it's just not strong enough for that. And there is olive oil's good for you. Try to get the pure stuff though, guys, because a lot of the stuff out there is fake. So I'm like, okay, and I look up, where can I get this castor oil? I got in touch with a local health food store. They didn't respond to me. So I was like, I didn't want to walk in there and end up spending more money than I needed to spend on something that I could probably find cheaper. And sure enough, I was able to find, and the only reason why I'm looking for a deal on it at this point is because I am not currently bringing in any income. Although I do see my art business about to take off. I do feel that. I am very confident that everything is going to be okay. So I had limited money, and I still get, because I use 99% biodegradable cleaning products from a company that you probably have heard of. If you haven't heard of, you need to reach out to me. I try to eliminate as much toxins in my life as I can. Now, there was a couple of different things, and I do get a check from them once in a while. So every month, usually right now, because I haven't worked that business, it's $25 to $35 a month. It used to be much better than that, but I was very active. Right now, it's just like, I just want to focus on painting right now. You know what I mean? So if you are interested in, and this is just to give you a heads up, and there's no pressure. If you want to learn more about stem cell rejuvenation, reach out to me. I do have a way to get you that information. And if you're interested in learning about kind of skirting the bad guys, like the Procters and Gambles and the Johnson and Johnsons, and utilizing products from a company that is worried about your health for real, definitely reach out to me for that too, because I think it's wonderful. So I eliminate toxins as much as I can. I do still smoke, and I still do drink. Other than that, I eat, I would say 95% organic. I'm no longer keto. I did like keto an awful lot, but I do have some carbs once in a while, and I'm not upset with that. It's just what it is. But what I noticed was there was two things that were bothering me, that I think were bothering me, and it is I started doing a new thing in the morning, and I started eating bananas again. I also started taking my quarters in which is, I should go get that for you. Hold on, let me show you this. Sorry, guys. So, Cortigen by Umzu. You've probably seen ads on YouTube, Facebook. I love that company. I love them a lot. Redwood was something that I took an awful lot, but I don't take it all the time anymore because so many pills. You got to take 6 a day. That's a lot. But the Cortigen is just one a day, and you take it in the morning. I am that, and then I have another one. I'm not going to show you the label because it comes from that company that I buy my cleaning supplies from, and it's Estrevol, that's the name of it, to help me regulate my hormones because I'm menopausal. So I wake up in the morning, take the Cortigen, and then a little while later, after a cup of coffee or something like that, I will have a banana because you take the Estrevol with food and take 2 of those. I don't know what was causing the headaches, okay? So I hadn't even told my husband about it, and we started getting into fights again because I was in so much pain, and I just was like, oh, stop, like my head was killing me. And finally I started crying. I'm like, babies, I'm in pain, so I don't know what to do. He was like, what? He got all nervous. He's like, oh God, no. So what we had both decided was to eliminate both the Cortigen and the Estrevol so I can find out what it is. Okay. And then I come across this video and I'm like, I need to get some castor oil. So I stopped taking the Cortigen, which helps with, I have obscene amount of cortisol running through my body because of stress. And I eliminated that. I'll get back to that though. I will go back on it. And the Estrevol, which maybe they just don't work together well. So how do I regulate my hormones? How do I heal my body and help my stem cell patches do an even better job? Excuse me. So another thing, I would wake up at night, and when you're a smoker and you've been lying down and then you go and get up, so like when you go to the bathroom or something like that, the mucus in your lungs start moving around in different ways, and you start coughing, and it can be really terrible. And so that was keeping me up, and oftentimes I would go to the other room not to wake up my husband because he works really hard and I don't want him to wake up, and I'm a housewife. You know what I'm saying? Like I could take a nap if I need to in the day. He can't. And he tries to stay up with me a little bit. You know what I mean? So it's not like he comes home, eats, and goes right to bed every single night. He just, he works a lot. And his travel time is a lot. 2 hours a day. So, okay, lo and behold, I find a pretty affordable castor oil that's organic, Sky Organics, and I find it at Walmart. Now, I never really suggest Walmart, but anyway, I needed to get my hands on it right away. So I went and got it. And that was the last bottle they had. I was like, holy moly. I was like, I can't believe I found it. That's so awesome. And what you want is cold pressed, organic with no hexane, okay? It would be better if it was not in plastic. I still have yet to put this in an infinity jar. So what I did right away was, as soon as I got home, since I knew I didn't have a pack, because I'm going to do castor oil packs, but that's on the way. I have ordered organic wool flannel to use for a castor oil pack. I have a feeling things are going to get even better. So the first day I get home and I put it on my forehead here and I rub it all around my eyes. And I think I even have results just aesthetically right off the bat. Like I don't even think I have that deep furrow that I normally have. It's weird. And the reason why I chose this area is because this is directly connected to your liver. And since I didn't have a pack yet, and I didn't want to just make one out of an old t-shirt, that's, that all handles all that stuff. So I put it on. That I slept all night. My very first night, I slept all night. Did not have a headache the next day. The next night, slept all night. Did not have a headache the next day. Last night was my third night. I did wake up early. I did wake up. And maybe it's a Monday thing. I don't know. I woke up about 1 o'clock. I got up and went to the bathroom. But this is something else that's really, it blows my mind. I know I've coughed a couple of times in this video, but I do not have the morning hack anymore. It's gone. I used to wheeze. I could hear myself breathing. That's gone. I think I even reduced my snoring, which is great. But we've finally come to the conclusion we both snore, so it's okay. It just used to drive him crazy really bad. And yet he, I would take video of him sleeping and he'd be like, "Oh, wow, that's me?" I'm like, "Uh-huh. You're probably waking yourself up, baby." So, that immediately, like, I woke up this morning and usually, okay, I can hear my rattling, go to the bathroom, and then I had moved my chest, so now the coughing is happening. I'm like, what on earth? What on earth? It's gone. So, I really am excited. And I'm going to document how it goes. Now, granted, I have not started. I'm not going to start back on my cortisone yet because I am driving to Vermont Tuesday, and I'll be there until I'm going to leave Thursday. I don't want to get a headache while I'm out there. Okay, so I'm just going to not reintroduce anything because I need to figure out what it was. However, I haven't taken a patch either in 3 days. I will resume that because those are just stupid, amazing. And I know when I'm not on it. You know what I'm saying? But, so, first thing is a aesthetic thing. This furrow definitely feels like a lot less. I always get like a little potato behind my ear, so I put it behind my ear. I don't know if you ever get those. I don't know. I haven't had any issues with that. I also have been rubbing it on my shoulder because it's supposed to be really good for arthritis. And I have that pinched ungual nerve, and I like to see that rejuvenate. And I have noticed this left hand is tremoring a little bit, which means I might be, between the combination with that and the patches, actually be reactivating that nerve that has been pinched for a very long time. So, what else is, well, I'm a mess right now. I just got out of bed, but I feel like my hair is doing better. But not having that headache has given me so much relief. And knowing that I didn't have to take a Tylenol to get rid of it is really exciting. Really, really exciting. Knowing that I'm sleeping all night and my body's going through its natural rhythms to heal itself. Knowing that I'm waking up in the morning fully rested. Knowing that I'm not coughing like crazy. And I feel this is really exciting. So I'm getting the patch, not the patch, the wool, and it's got to be organic, unbleached. Okay, guys, and it could be wool or cotton flannel. And you can buy things to wrap around yourself. You could do that. I don't think I'm going to do that, not at first anyway. Another thing I noticed that my cortisol belly is not as pronounced. It was literally looking like I was pregnant. I mean, if you look at my art channel, you can see me. I'm like, what the heck? So, and I don't drink beer, so it's not a beer belly. You know what I mean? Like, this is sick in the head. So I rub that on over where your liver is on the right hand side, and then I focus on around my eyes. I'm getting the pack. I'm gonna make a wrap with a t-shirt because I don't want to invest in something that might not fit me right now. So if I see that cortisol belly go down really good, then I'll get a pack because then I'll know I'll fit in one of them. You know what I mean? I'm just kind of freaked out by it. So headaches are gone instantly. Full night's sleep. Even though I woke up last night, I was able to go back to bed and I was very happy about that. And then I woke up at 4 when my husband got up to go to work. And not having that crazy hacking cough is really awesome. Not hearing a rattle when I'm sleeping is really awesome. So what I really believe is what's going on is that my liver is getting rejuvenated, and it's this fault. Okay, so whatever my patches are working on that I'm not aware of yet, I should go get blood work done. That's about all I would do ever. This is going to be insane when I start the patches, the big pack. So what I'm going to do is every night I'm going to do that pack all night. And then from there I will wean it down so I'm not doing it all the time. Probably 3 or 4 times a week after I get to a certain spot, because I want to detox that, because I could already see the benefits. Like, it's crazy. So it's good for your arthritis. You can rub it into your hands if you have arthritis. It's good for age spots. It's good for wrinkles. It's good for hair growth. It's good for removing fungus. It's good for softening your feet. Wayne has a heel that hurts him. It hurts him pretty bad. It's always so sad. And I'm like, let me rub your feet with this. And he's afraid of me rubbing his feet because he's afraid it's going to hurt my arthritis. I'm like, I got that stuff all over my hand. That's good. It works for both of us, 'cause I love to rub his feet. I think that's a beautiful thing. So, and I'm pretty sure he had less pain with that. I didn't really get into it. He didn't let me do it again because he's worried about my hands. But he'll get over it. This stuff is amazing. So I highly recommend to try it. Now, I have heard a few people say, skin test it. Just put some on your arm in a location that you can observe, and leave it on there for 24 hours. Don't wipe it off, and see if you get a reaction. But at the same time, it's supposed to be hypoallergenic. So you could use it to clean your face. You could use it to clean your hair. It's clean your scalp. It's just crazy. I really recommend it. So get out there and search for cold pressed, organic castor oil. Try to get it in a glass bottle if you can afford it. If you can't get it in a glass bottle, go ahead and get this is $13 at Walmart. $13 for a whole 16 ounces. And then find something, either an infinity jar, an amber jar, or even if you have to put it in just regular glass, just wrap something around it so it has UV protection, and don't leave it in the sun. You can also oil pull. I haven't done that yet. I'm going to probably do that today. Oil pulling is really super good for your body. It's just really, really difficult to do. When you do it with coconut oil, or I think it's sesame seed oil, and I've done it, I prefer to do it with olive oil. You're supposed to do it for like 20 minutes. That is mind-boggling difficult. So I've only oil pulled a few times. It's really difficult. You only need 2 tablespoons of this, 2 minutes, and it gives you the same effects and benefits as the traditional oil pull. I can do 2 minutes. I really like that idea, and I know how good it is for you and how good it is for your gums. And a lot of our problems, I'm just talking. A lot of the problems that you have in your body are coming from your mouth, and that's really interesting too. So combined with liver and mouth, you could really clean yourself up and really start to understand what it means to feel good. It also boosts your immunity, which is another really great thing, especially these days. I'm so excited about it. So I wanted to share it with you and start a playlist on here to give you little tips and tricks or whatever, or just to document my own personal experience, because that's all it's about. Documenting my own personal experience, so you could go out there and do research and get some information from doctors that you trust. Okay, I'm not a big fan of the medical field, and in its a mainstream way. I think I used to work at a nephrologist. Why weren't all those doctors telling their patients to use castor oil? Why? You got to think about that, okay? You got to think about that. So that just drives me insane. Insane. When I worked in the medical field, I was blown away by the corruption. It's just gross. It's gross. And I was convinced that that experience was what gave me the high blood pressure, because that's when it started. It's just insane. It's insane. Those people, you got to be very careful. I know there are good people out there. I know there are good doctors out there, but I haven't met one yet. Okay? I did have a primary care doctor when I had insurance, and he was all right. He seemed pretty cool. He did put me on high blood pressure medicine. I told him I couldn't do it. It gave me edema immediately. I'm like, this can't be good for you. And so I told him I was doing the Redwood, and he said, cool. He was fine with that. The Redwood never really brought my blood pressure down, but it helped a lot with mental clarity, like crazy. Like, I could remember everything, and that was good, because working in the medical field, you need to be on your toes. So, anyway, I recommend everyone go out there and get themselves a castor oil and do a skin test, and just rub it on your forehead, in between your brows. Just try that. Just try that and see what happens. You can mix it's a great carrier oil. You can mix it with, you can put some lavender in it. You can put some frankincense in it. You can put some peppermint oil in it. All those things help with headaches. And you could mix it with it if you want it to smell good. It doesn't have any smell as far as what I can tell. I am looking into buying it in bulk because I want a bigger one, and I want to be able to give people bottles of it. I want to be able to be like, here, try this for a week, I just think it's just so beautiful. So beautiful. I'm thrilled. I am absolutely thrilled to death about it, and I'm happy to share just 3 days. It's crazy. My mood has greatly improved too, and, I just don't get pissed off in these past couple of days the way I was. I can be like, oh, that annoyed me or whatever, but I have a much more bright, natural state than I was. And that's really good. So I don't know how it works. There's a lot of information out there. You could go research it. I really want you to. I want you to hear it from people that actually use it in their practice. And there's a few different people out there that I've looked at so far. Helps with all sorts of things. And I'm really happy that I came across that video and saw that Dr. Marisol. It's crazy. I'm gonna put the link to that video in the pinned comment, okay? Because it's extensive, and it's not hard to watch. It's about 54 minutes long. I like longer content, but the woman is very clear on how she speaks, and it's very good. It helps with oh God, so many things. So many things. You could rub it just right on top of your eyelid. That's to help with sleep. So, yeah, you want to get healthy. You want to get your body in the right rhythms and the right syncs and battle this. We're at this crazy time in our history where we are literally on the battlefield for good and evil. You're going to need your rest. You're going to need your health. And you're going to need clarity of mind. So, I think it's a really good idea. Anoint yourself every night with some castor oil. You can even use it in the daytime. It's not going to make you go to sleep. It's just going to help you stay asleep. Isn't that cool? I like it. I really, really like it. So, I am definitely been on here for like a half hour. Keep your eyes out for videos about this. I don't know if I'll be doing videos when I go to Vermont. But I am going to bring it with me, and I'm going to test it out on a few different people. I have some blue drop bottles. I gotta find them. I'm gonna probably make 1 or 2 of those, give one to my mom and one to my daughter, and maybe one to Kimba. She is actually going to school to be an herbalist. And I'm like, you need to get on this castor oil. Like, wow. And like, she's on a CPAP. Like, she doesn't even smoke anymore. It's been a couple of years, and she sounds like a heavy smoker. She coughs all night. This will help her, because it helped me. I'm just excited about it. It helps with scarring as well. That's really cool. So, unless you love that scar, you know what I mean? You can reduce it quite a bit. This stuff is a miracle. So I want to get it in bulk because I don't want to run out. And I am stoked about it. I rubbed it on my back because I get lower back pain sometimes. Where else did I put it? Oh, I have that bruise that I've had since 14. I'm going to rub it on there today. Just to see if there's anything. There's just so many different ways. And so many different positive uses for it. And as long as you do your skin test and make sure you're not allergic to it, which is very rare, people are allergic to it, but I still want you to know. I knew I wasn't because I've used black Jamaican castor oil on my eyelashes and on my eyebrows. I've used it like that for beauty. But yeah, it helps with acne, like getting rid of it and preventing it. Wow. The list goes on, guys. The list goes on, and it's a wonderful addition, a thing I will never go without. Again, stem cell patches, castor oil. I don't know what else is going to come back. I know I'm going to go back to the cortigen, but I might not need to. That's the thing. I might not need to. And even though I love that company, I didn't feel anything different. And it does supposed to help with attitude and mental stuff. And I don't feel anything different. This was instantaneous. And it's what my body needed. And I wanted to share it with you. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of here because I'm taking up a lot of your time. And I really appreciate you hanging out with me. If you have any questions about stem cell therapy, about weeding out the bad guys that sell their stuff at the grocery store that have been poisoning us forever, I got a company that I trust and I've been in for years that I love their products. I won't clean with anything else. I use some of their vitamins. I'm not a big fan of their vitamins. That doesn't mean you couldn't be, because they're supposed to be excellent. I just never really, it didn't work for me, or it didn't. Some vitamins, it's so hard to say. Multivitamins, I'm not into it. Okay, I'm just not into it. I like to target specific things. Yeah, it's pretty great. They pretty much have everything. It's like walking into your personal grocery store and getting really highly concentrated, excellent stuff for your house and for your body and for, vitamins and all that stuff. I buy all my essential oils from them. Love them. And I use essential oils every day. I am diffusing lavender as we speak. Like, I constantly diffuse. It's constant. As soon as the machine goes off, I refill it and do it again. So yeah, that's what's up. Go out there and get yourself ready and get yourself healthy. Hit Walmart, Sky Organics, and start there. Go on Amazon. I hate to even point you in that direction. I do, but if you make soaps or anything like that, castor oil is excellent for soap making. Yeah, I'm excited. I'll see you guys on the other side. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I gotta pick you up now. You're in a vase. You're in a vase is where you were. Bye.